What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to be showing you something freaking cool. Like super fast kinda cool. Like fast enough that can melt your vehicle in half kinda cool. Seriously, freaking fast. Now to be honest with you, these type of insane speeds isn't completely possible inside the game. However, you can use that awesomeness on sending vehicles way past the speed limit on what these cars can actually do inside Horizon 3. But before we start this video, I have to give out a shout out to badppiizzaa on finding this little gem of a speed glitch. So without further ado, let's dig right into it. Now it seems like a handful of vehicles do work with this crazy speed glitch, like the 2014 Range Rover Supercharged, the Jaguar D-Type, the Dodge Dart, the Toyota Land Cruiser, and a handful of others that my group has tested out. For this video I'm going to be showing you how to create the Range Rover and the D-Type, because these two vehicles seem to work the best on gaining these insane amount of speed over a short period of time. For the first vehicle we're going to be using the 2014 Range Rover Supercharged, since it's a lot cheaper compared to the D-Type. What we're going to be doing is making this vehicle heavier so it can stay a bit more planted to the ground because your front wheels are going to be spinning like a madman. Up on the screen right now I have a list of upgrades you need to add to this vehicle. Now the Forza front bumper is completely optional, but I think it'll be wise to add that to your vehicle for more downforce. The main component you need to add to this build is the race transmission, which is absolutely mandatory. After buying the parts, we'll head over to tuning and do a simple adjustment in a few areas. The tire pressure you can leave the same, but let's head over to gearing and adjust the final drive and the first gear. You move both of those over to the complete right. As for the other gears, you can adjust them to your preference so you can move a bit more freely around the map. As for downforce, I would move that all the way over to the right to give it a lot better turning radius. Now in this section I would stay away from the balance and leave that one in the stock position because I have noticed that can make or break this glitch. As for the other areas however, we'll be moving both of the accelerations to 100%. As for the decelerations, we'll be moving those to 0%. Since we have the tune done, there is one thing I forgot to mention about this glitch. You actually need a friend to help you attain these crazy speeds. The two best vehicles your friends need to drive is either the Pterodyne Gurkha or the Nissan Titan with the bull bar in the front. These two heavy vehicles will work very smoothly in what we're about to do. To perform this glitch, you'll need to have manual with clutch on. Everything else I would turn off, but this is how I normally run my settings in this game. Since you have clutch activated, you'll need to hold down two things on your controller, which is the handbrake and pressing down on the gas. This will stage your vehicle to about 1900 RPMs. While you're holding down those two buttons, your friend needs to pull in front of you and start pushing you backwards. Your RPMs should go through the roof while you're holding down those two buttons. But let's flash back when your friend hits you with the telemetry open. You can toggle that using the D-pad on your controller, but if you don't have that activated, then it's hidden under the controls in the settings area. Anyways, when your friend slightly hits you while you're holding down those two buttons, it will start spinning your front wheels. The longer your friend pushes you, the higher the numbers will climb, which is something I really need to explain. The main statistic you need to look at is the speed your front wheels are reaching. I would mainly focus on the tire that has the most speed because you have to use that number as a timer. The more your friend pushes you, the higher the number, which in your case means more time you can go freaking fast across the map before your vehicle returns back to its normal power. You won't ever hit those insane speeds, but you can reach up to 300 and something miles an hour in a few vehicles. That is, if you can control the vehicle before whacking a tree. Whenever you think you're ready to take off, I would launch anywhere past 10,000 miles an hour. Also make sure to tell your friend that you're going to bail on him because he could be in the way when you're trying to get around him. Whenever you break free, you let go of both buttons because your vehicle is just going to take off on its own. Since you've officially done the glitch, there is a few tips I can give while your vehicle is under this power. To help your turning, you can use either the handbrake or the normal brake. However, there is one side effect if you use the normal brakes. The handbrake won't make you lose much speed off your telemetry, but if you use your normal brakes to turn, then it will start decreasing your speed rapidly, meaning you should only use this for quick turns if you're about to hit something solid. This one's pretty simple, but don't switch gears. It'll stop the glitch. Just leave it in first and you'll be completely fine. If your vehicle does reset after a massive crash, then just tap the gas once and you'll take off again like magic. Since I got all the important things out of the way, I'm going to show you how to upgrade and tune the Jaguar D-Type. The reason why I mentioned this vehicle earlier because this thing can reach speeds up to 350 miles an hour on the long highway, which is faster than the Range Rover topping around 320 miles an hour. For this vehicle, I decided to use my normal 303 mile an hour tune and slightly adjust it for this glitch. To speed up this video, I'm cutting out the parts list section of this Jaguar, but I do have the parts list down in the description below. The tuning screen that you see right now will be for the parts list down below. For this vehicle, we're going to be adjusting almost everything in this tuning screen. So first we're going to be turning down the tire pressure to 28 psi for front and rear. Next we'll be moving over to gears and adjust the final drive and the first gear. Just like the Range Rover, we'll be moving both of those all the way over to the right. The other 5 gears will be your preference, but you can copy mine if you wish. In the Rollbar section, we'll be changing them to 27.55 for the front and 19.63 in the rear. As for the springs and ride height, we'll be changing the springs to 648.5 in the front and 499.9 in the rear. Then the ride height will be 5.4 in the front and 5.0 in the rear. Remember, if you can't get these exact numbers, then get as close as possible. For the Rebound, we'll be cranking both of them up to 18.3 in the front and 16.5 in the rear. For the bump stiffness, we'll be turning them down to 5.5 in the front and 5.0 in the rear. In the braking department, we are slightly adjusting the balance to 47% and the braking force will be 165%. The diff will be an exact copy of the Range Rover, meaning 100% in both of the acceleration sliders and 0% in both of the deceleration areas. Remember that the balance at the very bottom of your screen should not be touched whatsoever. Well, that about wraps up this video. You now have 2 vehicles that should get you going if you want to try the speed glitch with a friend. And I also have to give Bad Pizza a virtual high five on finding this glitch. So make sure to smash that like button if you thought this was pretty interesting, and I'll see you next time.